D-Naff, the light that shines.
Actually, what is happening right now, this is the D-Naff Entertainment. We are on the road right now, on the road shows from Namibia, Zambia, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. Right now, where I'm standing, I'm at the Protea Hotel, Katima Mulilo, just before we cross the border. What we're doing right now, we are taking Namibian music into Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi. We're taking the music videos, we have interviews lined up. We're talking about Zambia national television, radio stations, Christian voices. They're all expecting us starting tomorrow morning. So we are a little bit behind schedule, but we're going to make it. And it's about 1,000 kilos before we reach our next destination. But by God's grace, we know we're going to make it. So with my whole team, you'll be able to see them shortly. But follow us, and then you'll be able to to see what is happening with us on this road show. D-Naff Entertainment. On our way to Livingston, and then from Livingston, we're proceeding straight to Lusaka before we go Malawi and then back again into Victoria Falls. That's what's up.
Thank you for making me travel to Zambia by here, and I'm happy for part of this. Salute.
Yo. Still on the road, man. We are now in a town called Monze. I think it's the last town before Lusaka right now. 3 kilometers to Lusaka will be reaching our destination, where everything will be happening and all the interviews I've been talking about. It was early tomorrow morning, 7:30. We begin with the first interview, then continue throughout the day. So come with us as we continue with this journey.
He calls us his terms, but why are we defining with hurt? Let's not be
Yo, right now we're at Evelyn Horn College. Just about to enter the studio for an interview here right now with the radio station in this college. Quite a big college though. So watch this space.
You must have been listening to this song for quite some time now. I remember last time Prince Kedi left Namibia, he brought me this song. He said, "Brother man, we did a song in Namibia with Namibia's gospel top artist, and of course he goes by the name of D-Naff." I'm like, really? Let me check it out. And the other day, I remember I was playing it in a car when I was driving with Dad. It was like, who did this song? I'm like, it's D-Naff from Namibia. It's like, wow, okay, I love this song. And hey, Daddy is old, he's about 57 or so, but he's in love with this song. I was like, okay, so I feel this song is a hit. It should be making noise in Namibia. D-Naff, good morning.
Good morning, how you doing, my brother?
Very well, how are you?
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. Very beautiful country. Zambia is very green, and the people are very warm. Everybody, including the police. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't have to mention the police, but how do the police react in Namibia?
Just this morning when we were coming here.
Okay.
Yeah, we made a wrong turn and this guy stopped us like in a taxi car.
Okay.
A Corolla or something like that. Only to discover the guys were police officers, and they really just were nice to us, man. They were like, "Are you guys just arriving?" I said, "Yes." "What are you looking for?" Then we explained that we were looking for the studio, so he gave us a direction and we entered. So I was like, these guys are nice. Yeah.
Or else you're going to end up by Central Police and obviously pay some charges there. Two of you are artists, and D-Naff, apparently, he is the CEO of D-Naff Entertainment, a recording studio that is doing pretty well in Namibia. How are you guys how are you managing your family lives other than music? How are you able to interact in a home setup? Because the two of you are artists, and obviously you've got different shows at different times. How do you manage on that one?
Wow, should I take that one?
Yeah, you can take that one.
Okay, it's quite a lot. It's not only music we are doing. Okay, we are a family. I'm a wife, he's my husband. We have children. He's got a full-time job. I have a full-time job, and we are still artists. So we manage to balance in that. We have to pay attention to our family, pay attention to the gospel, because it's also ministry. We are also ministering to other people, so we cannot neglect this part of the work. And we also have to do our full-time job.
How do you write your songs? How does it happen? Like, okay, I need to write a song, and obviously D-Naff needs some attention and whatnot. What happens?
Oh yeah, okay, I can take that one. You see, just like when I came here, I met a man of God that was speaking before us.
Yes.
He says sometimes you don't use experience, you just listen to the Holy Ghost. But you see, there are songs that come when you don't expect. You drive around and you see a situation, immediately you just come up with something. I need to address that situation through music. Or you see, you can come through an argument with somebody, you realize, man, I just messed up then, I have not been a good example. You go to the studio, you try to come up with a song that is educating the situation you just got involved in. Or sometimes it's really purely just inspiration from the Holy Spirit. They say, I would like you to sing a song like this because there is a group of people that need to hear this, that are going through something. Okay. So, yeah.
All right, okay. Now, away from our personal lives and all that, who is D-Naff? We go to your name straight. D-Naff. D-Naff, what does it mean?
Yeah, when some 18 years ago, I gave my life to Jesus. And then in the process of that, the church found a special gift in me. And they thought, okay, we would like you to become a deacon in the church. So they ordained me a deacon. Yeah, so D comes from deacon. And then the Naff, that's my real name. My real name is Naphtali. So it's Deacon Naphtali is now D-Naff. Yeah, so currently I'm not a deacon, like really, but I'm a youth pastor in the church. I'm dealing with the youth most of the time. I'm the youth leader there. Okay. Yeah, that's where the D-Naff came from, the original of the name.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I read something that talks about you once having been a street gangster.
Street gangster,
and whatnot. Maybe tell us a bit on that one.
Yeah, you see, in life, you see, we are all searching for that answer, which is actually Christ. Now, as a teenager, I was looking for answers. I was searching. I was a seeker. You know, whatever I was going to first see, that was going to become my help. So as a teenager, back in the 80s in Namibia, there was this generation that was moving everywhere. It was like a wave that was across the country. People were into gangs. People were into street fighting. People were into thugs. So in the late 1980s, I came to a city called Windhoek. And I found this the group of young people who were into being gangsters and thugs and whatever. So I thought, man, and it was very popular. So those guys who were now the thugs, they had the most beautiful girls, they had the most expensive cars, they wear the most expensive clothes. And I'm like, I want to be like these guys. Now, in life, you must always be careful for what you wish for, because you definitely get what you ask for in life. It can be bad or good. Life will just give you what you ask for. That's why people say life is not fair, life is fair. Life cannot give you what you did not ask for. So eventually I found myself in the gang. I joined the gang maybe for about 10 years. I was just in the gang, in the street fighting, in the location called Dongerhoek. There's in Windhoek, one of the most deadliest locations in my city. Now, it was while I was in the gang that I found myself in the ICU. I was stabbed with a knife, and I almost lost my life. So I was taken into the hospital, and while I was in the hospital, I was reflecting on my life. Now I'm blessed enough. I had a cousin of mine whose name was Moses. He started speaking to me, encouraging me that there is a second chance to life. So I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "No, there is this thing called, being born again and giving your life to Jesus that can change your whole life. If you can just live this whole life that you are living, you're bringing women at home every day. You are ever high on marijuana and, dacha. I don't know whether you call it dacha here. So I kind of thought, man, there is really no God. Why should I believe in something that doesn't exist? He said, what if you just give it a try? Your life will change for good. So it was now in 1998 that I went to church with him. Then a preacher was preaching, and I thought, hey, this is really the truth. I was convicted. The Bible said that with the heart man believes, and with the mouth confession is made. So I believed in my heart that what this guy was talking about can save my life. 1998, I gave my life to Jesus, and I've never been the same again. I came from a very, very poor background where it was so bad that you are so poor that poor people call you poor. That's how poor I was. We didn't have really food. We would go after the rats and the mice in the field just to have something to eat with pap. Grandma would take care of us because my mother was in the city, and then my father was in exile. Actually, he was somewhere here in Zambia. It's good that I'm in Zambia and I'm talking about it. So that's how the life was, and it began in 1998. The beautiful life began at the cross. People think I have everything that I always wanted, but they don't know that it came from the decision I made in 1998 by giving my life to Jesus. We tell the people the truth. Number one, when we are on radio and on TV, we speak the truth. When you speak the truth, that truth sets the people free, because the people will know that you are lying. So those who will still remember, those who are still alive, we speak to them face to face. I remember there's a friend of mine back at home who was arrested for 15 years, and we used to hang together. But when he was in prison, I became D-Naff. So when he came out, he was just hearing D-Naff, but he didn't know that it was the same guy that was hanging with him. So now I thought, okay, I'm now living a good life. And it will not be fair. It's like those lepers that were healed of Jesus, or they went to the camp of the enemy, saw a lot of food, and they said to themselves, why are we here eating all this food ourselves when we can actually go and make an announcement for more people to come and eat? It will not be fair for me to be living a good life when I have people that I used to live with back in the street. So I would drive around sometimes. I'll tell my wife, let's just go into this location quickly. I want to see how these guys are still living. Some of them you see they are still high. You see some are still. Those who are able, you talk to them. I remember I've taken a couple of them to church most of the time. One of them is recovered. He recovered completely. He got born again. He's now married, happily married. He left the street life completely. He's been in prison almost 15 years. But we also have under D-Naff Entertainment deals mostly with the music and anything that have to do with art. But the mother body is D-Naff Investment. In the investments, we pay people school fees. Yeah, when we see headlines on the newspaper, we just like somebody's house was flooded away by the rain. And I remember that lady we met in the north, and we just called her. We're at this hotel, come quickly. We saw you in the newspaper, your mother and you don't have a place anymore. Take this money and go and get something to eat. That lady broke down and cried there right in front of that hotel. And we said, no, it's not be fair for God to give us, and it ends with us. We reach out to people, and just to answer the question, we reach out to people. That's why some of the guys you see me with in the studio right now are also under us. He does when we go for other interviews, he will be able to talk about his career. He does traditional music, okay. And he's really quite good with that one. And then we have another guy who does kwaito. I don't know whether you know kwaito here in Zambia. Yeah, okay. We have almost everything. All right, so he does kwaito, and then we have these guys in the media and the marketing thing. Okay. They have been doing real good, especially since last year with us. And wherever you see us making headlines, is them. Okay. And Namibia knows that D-Naff is where now because of these guys are pushing him.
We can go.
As you can see, we are busy listening to Damiano. He's one of the local gospel artists here in Lusaka. We're just waiting to go into the interview now with Pan-African radio stations. In fact, they are already outside waiting for us. Please follow us. This is going to be a very beautiful and long trip, but we are enjoying every second of it. Check this out.
What's up, Namibians? This is Caesar Sindele from Pan-African Radio here in Zambia, and we broadcast on 105.1 FM. This is a very popular radio station here in Zambia. We cover, we have a radius on 3 provinces. Lusaka province covered completely, Central province, Southern province, and parts of the Copper Belt. So we are a big radio station, and we brag that we have over 5 million listeners. And I'm the programs manager for the radio station.
Alright, what I can say is everybody welcome to Zambia, and I'm privileged to actually have you guys around here, and I hope we're going to have a great time here. And to the artists in Namibia, keep working hard. Yeah, I know a few. I know a guy called Mario, we've been chatting a lot. I know the dog. There's a girl called Blossom. Is it? Yeah. Who else? The rest I'm sure I'll get to know everybody.
As a gospel artist who's really doing big things, I got to do my homework about him as well before I could have him on air. So just do look out for that interview on the Top 10 Local Avenue with your boy here, Jay Kale, and of course D-Naff and the crew. The whole crew is here.
And the joint, he's called Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
Please tell me.
Christmas is an artist.
Yeah.
And the D-Naff Entertainment.
So, if you've listened to a couple of music from here, yeah, is your music gospel as well?
No, mine is I do tradition.
Or tradition.
I'm related to the culture.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, because as we grew up in a village, we just stand on that. Because you know that when town is going bigger, then a piece of the village is being caught. That's why I said, damn. What about the future of tomorrow, our kids?
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you keep on like this, we might forget where you come from. That's why I'm just stuck on that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So in Zambia, we have some guys who do traditional stuff. The Sakala brothers, we have Angela and Miranda. If you haven't listened to them, we might give you some music so you just weigh, you might work with the guys. I like to see Zambia working with other nations. It's a good thing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Alright, I was hosting the brother D-Naff and the crew here, so it's been great, and I really hope you had a great one. We gotta go.
My name is D-Naff Ziva. The station name is D-Naff.
My name is Naftali Mkwelele, aka D-Naff.
All right. How did you meet? Your side of the story.
Yeah. Like what he said, when he met me at UNAM, he approached me. That time he was very proud, very rude, and that's not the type of man I actually wanted as my husband. So that's why I turned him away right away when he approached me. Then after some months, he persisted, and I ended up agreeing to be his girl. Then later on, we got married. Yeah, but I didn't know him as an artist. I actually just saw this tall man approaching me, and that's all I knew about him. I didn't know anything. Only a friend of mine came and told me that, you know who you're telling me? That's D-Naff. Then I was like, what is D-Naff? And then my friend kind of laughed, and then she told me about him. He was an artist, well-known gospel artist, but I didn't really care about that. Yeah, until later on when I got to know him, then I was convinced.
All right, and talk about the engagement, the ring.
Wow, I think you should talk about that one, because for me, I'm still... that one was...
The engagement was a big surprise. What happened is that there is an artist in Zambia called Peterson.
Yeah.
Is it Peterson?
Yes, Peterson.
Peterson came to Namibia to do some music videos. And then we have a television station there that plays the top 10 or the top 20 countdown of best videos in the country. So what we arranged with the owner of the station is that we want Peterson to be the presenter that day, and then they should call me in with her as if we are talking about our relationship and music, and then that time I should post the big question live on television. So when Peterson was busy talking about the music and the relationship between me and her, he went on to say, D-Naff, I think there's something you want to tell us all. What is that? So I just went in my pocket, took out the ring, and went on one knee just like in the movie. I asked her right there, would you marry me? That was
Mulishani Wonse, how are you all doing? Triple from Zambia, from Radio Christian Voice in particular. And of course, you can get us, if you want to get us via streaming, you can visit www.radiochristianvoice.co.zm. Or you can also get in touch with us by visiting the Radio Christian Voice Facebook page. You're able to get us from all over the world. And keep moving.
Hello people, Mulenga Mlumba from Zambia, gospel artist. Peace.
Yo, my name is Mark B3. Hello Namibia, I'm a gospel artist. Peace.
Yesterday when you came on that program, we went to extents of putting you with your story in our bulletins, the main news bulletin from 12:30, 17:30, as well as 08:45 this morning.
Okay.
And you are also put via your voice on news feedback, a review of stories that made headlines in the week. So you contributed very well on issues of tribalism. So we are expecting the very best of you today to give us how the situation is in Namibia and here in Zambia, because as Pan-African Radio, we believe in the African culture, so we embrace the entire African content. So when you come here and talk about tribalism, you're not talking about Zambia or Namibia alone, but you're talking about the African content. So your voice and our voice is one, so we expect you to contribute also in national development of Zambia, because you are an African.
Welcome to this interview. I'm Derek Sinjera. I work here as a as a station manager, but I started off as a photojournalist many years ago. While here, I'm passionate about gender issues and children.
Yeah, so it is a very good platform here that I was brought into, because as I was growing up in the gospel world, I was given so many titles because of my belief. I've been a youth ambassador for the government. I'm an inspirational and motivational speaker. I'm a preacher of the gospel through music. I'm a former street gangster who have turned multiple award-winning gospel artist. So I think you are really talking to the right person right now. Pan-African is something that is very close to my heart, because I believe that when God gave us tribes and nationalities, He did not give us these tribes and nationalities so we can boast about who is better, so that we can celebrate our diversity and our differences while we are still moving into one direction and making the world a better place.
Where do you get the energy or the time to do what you do?
Being a Christian, of course, number one, we draw our energy from God. As we wake up every morning, the first person we look up to is not your wife or your husband or your friends, it's God, because without Him it is impossible to face the realities of life. Number two is the dream that we have. You know, if you have a dream, the dream you have can carry you through the next destination. Then what gives me energy is the ability to see the future and to see tomorrow and to see my destiny and be able to say, I would like to see the beautiful tomorrow. I will refuse to die, refuse to get sick, I refuse to be down until I can see my children becoming better than me. That's the energy that I receive. So gender equality is actually vital in our society right now. We want to fill every gap in our society, because there are so many things that women can do that we cannot do. I always tell people that there's something that you know that the other person does not know. So your strength is needed to the other person who have got a weakness in that area. For example, I'm a singer. If I'm a singer and I find somebody who's a dancer, my strongest weapon is the singing ability, but the strongest weapon of the other person is the dancing ability. So what I do now, I borrow his dancing ability, I give him my singing, and we make a good team on stage. Now when the crowd is looking at us, they don't see the singer, they see a performance that is well collaborated and choreographed. So we need to balance the gender equality so that we'll be able to move forward and be able to live in such a way like the Western world does. Yes, you can see right now here, we are at the national broadcaster. You know, this is the ZNBC, Zambian National Broadcasting Corporation. We'll be having some interviews with both the TV and the radio stations. This is the center of everything here. We're going to move in now to see some people, make arrangements, come back after lunch, and then the game rolls. Check this out.
And the co team what?
That's D-Naff.
D-Naff Entertainment.
Yeah.
What do you do?
We have two companies. We have D-Naff Investment, and under that we have entertainment where we do music, we do videos, we do charity.
You need help and trying to talk about
Yes, we thank God for the media. You know, when the newspaper pick up something, like we have this heavy rain that comes once a year in Namibia, they flood the houses away. Then the newspaper, they write the stories. They know this family lost everything. If you want to help, the contact details there. We pick from there and we call them. How can we find it? We drive to their places. Then the kind of life that I always wanted to live, I only started living it after I met Christ. Anything else I had before that really either belonged to somebody else or was just...
So with that kind of life, you're not really happy though, are you?
You're never happy, but you portray this picture to the street, to the public. You're living a good life. But you're never happy, you're always scared of your rivals, the other gangs from the other locations. Yeah. You don't talk to the girls from the next street, because those guys are coming after you tomorrow. You dated only people from your area. If you find out that you're dating a person from another town, they also had their own gangs that will come after you. So you looked happy, but you're not happy. There was something inside of you that was always looking for that place where you can really be completely happy. And that happiness can only be found in God. Wow. Yes, as you can see, we just finished the interview right now. We are glad and we're happy for the way they received us here in Zambia, ZNBC Studio 1. So we are in this mall now called Levy, and we just finished the interview with Smooth Talk. Right now we are waiting for the newspapers. They're coming to do some interviews here. I think it's the Post and the Mail.
That's good part. Just giving a huge shout out to all the Namibians out here. Much love, much respect. Here with D-Naff, Dinah, and the rest of the gang. Keep loving yourself. Be good. Fun.
Where are we right now?
We are somewhere in Zambia where we eat food, like our food, as you can see. That's where is happening. You cannot come to Zambia and not visit this place.
A friend of ours, his name is Ephraim Mutala, one of the top gospel artists in Zambia, just brought us to this place called Matebet. Here we're eating some fish, some serious Zambian fish, big like the Zambezi. Good for the tummy, man, strong. From here we make hits. No jokes. Come and check it.
Bring T1 also.
What do you say, my brother?
This one is for him. Drink them this. You eat this one, you win awards. Okay, right now we are at Movie Prison. It's another television station here in Lusaka, Zambia. We are just getting ready to go on the set right now. It's going to be live actually. And we're getting excited, and it's been a great journey. A lot of interviews, a lot of lineup interviews again, because after this interview we are going to ZNBC again. And this time not for the TV but for the radio station. So you watch this place, like I've been saying, watch this house.
This is Movie Prism Africa. You're all welcome to join us on, the channel itself. We broadcast some serious live and cool stuff. Right now we're about to go live with D-Naff, artist from Namibia, and of course we're ready to work with other Namibian artists that would love to come through and check out what we're doing right here in Zambia.
Ondara ndi mufalirizi mbondi yanu yali hadhanu dhanu usiku shongengo mwezi watoka kokucha kakuno ntigwa mena ndeka uno midika kodikwa njiwa kunyana inopuko kuidimba kochiwa muviteko yanu yanje anopikire nana ke imbiro ndi nidakusa mocha weye shambo shambo neshakaliwa konguzi weye
Tonight it's a different show. Yes, I'll bounce back on Thursday for an interactive showbiz again, where we'll talk about, the talent that we have in Zambia and the talent that we have locally. But this time, let's try to cross borders and visit our neighbors just here, within SADC. We're talking about Namibia. Yes, somebody from Namibia. If you know, okay, I'll give you a guess. I'll give you time to guess. But let's play his music first, and on the other side, I'll keep you guessing. Let's do this. The sounds of D-Naff. We've got him in the studio. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Good to have you in the Lusaka studios and radio too. Is it your first time being in the Lusaka studios, ZNBC?
Yeah, it definitely is the first time in the studio here. I was on the Smooth Talk in the morning, but on the radio station ZNBC in the studio the first time.
Listen, Don, you talk to us.
D-Naff, how are you, my man?
I'm alright, how you doing?
Hey, I'm so happy talking to you.
Yeah.
I like your music so much.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Though I don't have a couple of your songs, but I only have Oshawana. You know that one?
Oh, yeah. That was my first song.
Oshawana, I do enjoy it every day. I have to play that song.
Yeah, that's a very, very first song I ever did when I came to the industry.
Yeah. I have a video of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like you, man. I just like your music very, very much. God bless you. God bless you.
I received that.
Okay, thank you.
We appreciate. Thanks a lot for calling. Give us a call also if you can. All right, just a snippet of track number 5 of your Demon Proof album. It's titled
Dinotenda.
Dinotenda. What does it mean?
Dinotenda means I am grateful. It's a song I did with Zimbabwe's greatest gospel singer there. His name is Sebastian Magacha.
Right, let's do this.
Yeah. Just want to say, give a shout out to all the people of Zambia. Since we've been here, they've been great to us from day one. The people that got a warm heart, they are welcoming. We've been treated very, very well. Even at the place where we are staying, the big Mr. Mulenga, he's treating us real good.
Hello, this is Demiano Mwanamfumu, the Zambian man, and I'm right here in the Blazer studio. This is the studio from where we're making beds.
This is Chola from Zambia, and it's an honor, for me and my friend Demiano to be collaborating with our friend from Namibia, D-Naff.
So now we're about to take you to Studio 2 where things are happening. Right now, D-Naff is putting his face. Let's go there.
We can go there.
Yeah, so right now we're in the Studio 2 and D-Naff is about to put his vocal on this awesome piece of music.
Untima wanje owatenguka untima wanje owatenguka.
Yeah, untima wanje. This one here on the last part.
Onenene akumithanje wanje ohautene.
Highway. I don't want to maintain.
Then you build from the first one, because the first one is low.
Okay.
So the second one.
He loves you, Jesus. Uboleyo ye tate. Onenene yakumithanje. Keshe mandende tate. Untima wanje ohawutende Nandondikale kokule nave Ongo yasi kumkwati wanje Ongo yasi kusiti wanje Mendundu no mikulu ndundu Momitipu da finana da findokana Ohole oye akwatanje Nande ya pobi nando ya sekenje itoye kanje Nekela Nangubalade Nangubasushisha Nishaka kushe You are the one I love Cause I know you love me You love me You love me You Lord I know you love me You love me You love me You Yes I know he loves you He loves you He loves you Yes I know he loves you He loves you He loves you Jesus Your love touched me, you lifted me, and you gave me hope. Takulina umbi, uingante mwa inhe, gave you one temwa.
D-Naff, the light that shines.